For my final major project, I intend to develop my own surface pattern designs for interiors and homewares to create my own small business and online shop. I'm especially going to focus on upcycling and restoring the boring, taking things second-hand from charity shops and renewing them in order to create something contemporary and appealing. I plan to create a range of different household items and surfaces. These will best showcase my ability and the diversity of my brand. These will include a chair, lamp, framed prints, cushions, an array of wallpapers and ornaments. One key aspect of my final major project is to further my knowledge and skills using digital art platforms, in which to create and adapt my personal brand for my homeware range. I will learn and explore the different techniques and methodologies of printmaking. I intend for my style to be recognised and stand out using lots of flamboyant and bold colours with a psychedelic and optical illusional feel. I love a loud and eccentric style. I'm going to base the theme for my project around the 60s and 70s whimsical and retro era. I'll research into all different aspects from this time, of course looking into the different interior styles back then and also fashion to different games and music. I created my repeat patterns using Procreate. Here's a few screen recordings to show my design process. The demographic trend for my shop will be aimed at all ages, channeling mostly from young to middle-aged, for those with an eccentric and unconventional stylish appetite. I created a timeline to set myself targets to achieve each week in order to manage my time appropriately. I began my project by researching different artists and influences to gather inspiration. I then collected inspiration from second-hand shops and online thrift sites. This is where I purchased old furniture and items to restore and intend to do so going forward in the future. I'll also use different mediums to create my work, using both traditional and digital platforms, mostly using Procreate, which is what I've been learning more recently. I'll also use photography within my work. This will help with referencing of shapes and patterns. It will also consist of candid and fashion photography for framed prints and for inspiration to create my own fabric designs. I wanted to come up with a name for my shop that fits the theme and speaks for itself, so I looked into potential lyrics from songs from that era. I particularly liked Bougie Wonderland, which is a play on words from the song Boogie Wonderland. After thorough decision making, I believe I'd like to keep my initial brand as LJM, which are my initials, and have Bougie Wonderland as a sub-brand, alongside my Psychedelia fabric range. I'd like to keep my name as the title of my shop, then have lots of different collections with different themes. Once I created and whittled it down to my favourite repeat pattern designs, I needed to research into local businesses where I can get both paper prints and fabric printed. I also made an account on Contrado, where I can get my designs printed on almost any product. So now the fun part begins. I can't believe I found this chair on Facebook Marketplace for just £10. It's absolutely perfect. As this was my very first time learning upholstery, I purchased some books and started looking into what tools I'll need. Once I had all my tools, I began to watch videos on YouTube to learn the process. This was easy to follow once I had the furniture, so I could watch tutorials of the exact same or similar piece to upholster. Simply watching step by step from taking it apart all the way to the final product. Here's the process from start to finish. Finally, I added the finishing touches with the trim, and overall I'm so happy with the end result. Next, I moved on to the transformation of this lamp. I purchased this Victorian lamp from a car boot sale for just £20. I was worried at first that I would find this quite challenging, as it is quite a large lamp. I simply learnt the process by taking it apart and putting it back together as it was originally made. I designed the fabric for this piece using fluid art with acrylics. I then digitally enhanced it into a repeat pattern. Once I chose my desired fabric that I designed, I took the old pattern pieces to create new ones. After lining up the fabric, I sewed the two matching sides together with the sewing machine and hand stitched them around the base of the lamp. This was quite difficult, but it worked out in the end. Finally, I added my carefully chosen trims and lining to complete the lamp. I'm really happy with the final result. Using all of my final designs, I created a collection of tea towels. I hand stitched them myself using the sewing machine. Overall, I am very happy with my final outcomes. I believe I have succeeded and exceeded my own expectations and met the brief that I set. I now feel I have all the relevant knowledge and experience to begin my next chapter and set up my own online shop. So here we have it, all my work together in my final exhibition.